Well, we spent the summer doing Lollapalooza, and it was like a big rock and roll summer camp traveling circus. It was really fun. We hung out with a lot of bands that we like their music, and we got to meet them, and that was really great.
And even since the time of Lollapalooza, we've done a headlining tour in the United States with the Melvins and Wool. We went into Memphis to do an Elvis tribute where we covered an Elvis song. We just finished recording a song for a film called The Jerky Boys. It's a Blondies cover called Hanging on the Telephone. And we also have a song featured in the new Natural Born Killers movie and on the soundtrack. We did a Rock for Choice show in Pensacola, Florida, which was the location of where one of the many abortion doctors has been shot in the United States. And it was very interesting going down there because we're from Los Angeles, which is sort of a very sheltered environment to really aggressive anti-abortion pro-lifers, and it was weird being down there and having anti-abortion literature under our doors in our hotels and having the FBI around and everyone protected, and Pearl Jam was undercovers. It was kind of it was really weird.
I think it's funny when people try to read in a lot more than what it is about. Like, for instance, when we put out Bricks Are Heavy, people are trying to figure out, well, what do they mean by bricks are heavy? Is it, life and it's, and all that kind of stuff? And it's basically, basically we just meant that bricks are heavy and stuff like that. And sometimes it's amusing to see that people read in a lot more into like something that we just find it funny.
I think a lot of people think that because of who we are, we need to write certain kinds of songs, and I think that is sexism at its worst. When people say, oh, we're women, don't we feel responsibility to write songs about the female experience or women's experiences, and that takes the cake. As far as preparing for our records and whatever, a tour, we usually do the cram the night before the exam kind of method, which seems to work for us. We work under pressure, ding 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 ding, ding 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 ding, under pressure.
We are definitely the biggest procrastinators I've ever met.
But somehow that pressure just really makes it, flow.
It works for us.
I mean, you give yourself too much time, you end up with Tommy Mon, the reggae opera.
There's always pressures that you have when you set out to make a record. I mean, it's like it's mostly pressures from within, not pressures from outside. It's pressures to write good songs that we like. There's a pressure of like writing a song and taking it into the rest of the band and hoping they like it. But we're not very influenced by outside kind of industry bullshit kind of pressures, because that's not our style. That's not what we're about. We write songs that we feel that we like and that in turn our fans would like.
There's the musician side of your life, and then there's the home side and the reality, then things will be okay. You can't let those two lives cross too much. And always just remember that when things get to be the worst, that it'll be over soon, and it's just a momentary situation because there are so many great, great things that we get to experience.
Yeah, we tend to pull each other up when one is feeling down, kind of like, oh, you know, well, here's a problem or here's a bummer, but look at this side. You know, somebody else in the band will say, look at this side, maybe there's a positive to this. We kind of cheerleader each other on when it gets bad.
You can have some bad times, but sometimes you can get a really cool song out of them, and that's a good thing. And then you can kind of channel that experience while you're singing it live as well, and it becomes a cathartic kind of release.
On this record, we really wanted to reflect the diversity of songwriting through production. We really felt that our last record was a bit too homogenized, and in some places where it shouldn't have been, it was a bit too cleaned up. Not with the record as a whole, but on certain songs. And so this time we just really wanted to get in there and really punch out how we envisioned each song individually instead of the record as a whole.
We involve ourselves completely in all that stuff. However, as far as marketing, album artwork, poster artwork, all that stuff. However, a lot of stuff slips through the cracks, and all of a sudden we'll see something like a poster and we'll go, oh my God, where did that come from? We had nothing to do with that, and we find it embarrassing. I feel that we're pretty creative people other than music as well, and you know, we're always taking photographs. Susie and I both used to work in graphic design, and sometimes you might trust someone and they screw it up, which is unfortunate. I co-directed the Andre video. I'd like to continue to do that in the future. You know, we like to involve ourselves in a lot of stuff, but sometimes we don't have time to do everything, and that's unfortunate because then things get screwed up.
Our favorite songs off of Hungry for Stink.
We have a song on a new record that's a tribute to race car driver Shirley Muldowney called Shirley. We have a song called She Has Eyes, which is about emotional blackmail.
Can I Run is a song I wrote because I, as usual, had to walk my dog at a very late hour down my street in Los Angeles. And I was in my pajamas and I had to put on gym shoes and my rape whistle and put my hair under a baseball cap and, you know, basically try to look like a man or whatever. So it's a song about fear of being raped or attacked.
We have a song called Stuck Here Again.
That's about recognizing adversity and kind of learning to live with it and learning to roll with the punches, and just about this frustration of bad things happening. But you kind of like go, oh, here comes some more crap again, and you just write it out kind of thing.
The genre's most enduring and successful